It's sad because Skype is performing beautifully, but not so much Twitch.
Alright. Try it now.
Fresh. Okay, I think we seem to be in business. Yeah, we've got sound. We've got. Cool, it's a stream. It's alive.
Most certainly is.
So how far are you in this game now?
About the same. I don't think I've played it since the last time.
Really? I could have sworn you played it on the other stream.
I might have played it by myself, but...
Yeah. I see you've done Mortal Kombat 10. How is Mortal Kombat 10?
Good. It's Mortal Kombat 9, but, it's like 20 years later.
Yeah, like it's the next generation.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a little bit of SJW pandering in it. There was great debate over which type of bra to use and breast size of characters and all that amongst the development team.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, that was the thing. And like, it didn't work out for them at all because, like, there were still people bitching about, like, you know, the typical shit, like, oh, there's not enough diversity or some shit, even though there's, like, a biracial couple or something, like, too many white people and blah, 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 and it's...
Wait... What?
Yeah, it's a thing. Did I save any of those articles? I don't know if I did. I was reading the whole thing about it. Yeah, I've kind of just, like, decided that, like, I'm just gonna, like, stay away from Western-made video games for a while. I don't go after many of them anyways. I was really interested in Mortal Kombat 10, but... And, you know, it might just be, like, just one or two people that really got into the stuff, but yeah, I don't want to encourage them.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It shouldn't be, you know? Like... Is this really, like, of all the shit to be mad about in the world?
Well, they... I don't...
Like, does it... I mean, this is a game where you're dismembering people. Are we really gonna worry about, like, the moral implications of the tits on the girl that's gonna get ripped apart limb from limb?
By a black man
we're
with
really
bionic arms from another
really gonna
world.
go there? Like, that's really gonna be a thing? Like... Did you watch that movie?
No.
You didn't watch game loading?
No. I didn't want to rage that much.
You will.
No, I mean, I just didn't want it like that. It was really early.
Yeah, you'll be pretty pissed. Like, I highly advise watching it before attempting to stream it.
Yeah, I will.
Just because you're going to have to get all the... I mean, it's easy to make fun of, not even on the basis of the things that these people say. I mean, they are literally the goofiest human beings on Earth. You've literally got rich white people with pink hair telling you how they're saving fucking video games for our benefit and how poor they are because of AAA games while they're traveling Europe with fucking really expensive fucking laptops and designer clothing.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know.
Like they're so fucking silly looking, like, that they're easy to make fun of, but the shit that they say is so fucking ridiculous. Like you can't help but feel the urge to want to argue with the shit that they say.
I think it's
and
like...
even worse is the film argues with itself, too. Like, I don't know how many times they'd, like, set up this little narrative and then kind of blow it the fuck out by having, like... by doing the complete opposite, or even worse, like being like, well, this is really evil and this is killing video games, but we're doing it now and it's okay if we do it.
It's like Dr. Farnsworth said, I don't want to live in this planet anymore.
Well, you know what? Like, there's a lot of people in the indie dev scene that have watched it, and they're getting really upset because they're like, okay, this doesn't even represent the indie game development scene. These are like, this is basically the circle of people that hang around fucking Zoe Quinn and like Bang Kotaku writers. This is like one tiny little clique within the indie dev scene, which unfortunately has dominated it. But like these people, like they literally come out and say themselves. Most of them will flat out say in their interviews, like, "Oh, I don't like games. I think they're disgusting. But I'm here to turn video games into art." Like these are literally people that like are like, "Oh, I'm going to come in here and change the entire fucking scene of video gaming, and it's for your benefit." Like these people are that arrogant. The worst is the couple from Belgium. They are literally Euro trash. And the guy's like some kind of nihilistic communist or some shit. Like he has this huge rant about how success is a terrible thing to strive for and how nobody should want to be successful. Meanwhile, he's living off of like a trust fund because he's got this gorgeous apartment and like they've got like every kind of gadget and gizmo from a computer. They've changed jobs a million. Like they used to be web designers. And then they just decided on a whim to quit being web designers. They sat around unemployed for 6 years and then got into making video games because they decided they're going to transform video games into art. The dude made a game. His game isn't even a game. It's this, basically this touchscreen app where you literally finger the touchscreen and you're sexually pleasuring a flower.
Sometimes when you say...
But he's here to save video gaming from itself. When you get a load of that guy, he's... And it's fucking hilarious because he's like the liberal stereotype. Like he's got himself he's this really short, super beta, like he's in his 40s or something because he's graying out. But he's like this short, super skinny beta type male. He's got this big, burly black woman for a wife. It's really, like, the guy is totally a fucking stereotype. Like, his whole deal is, like... He's probably the most rage-inducing person in the film. There's this other guy that, like, he made this... it's not even and he'll tell you flat out, it's not even really a game. It's this weird piece of software. He still sells it as a game. Where you hum into your mic... and it's like an Oculus Rift thing, and the screen gets all trippy and crazy. So it's essentially like the old iTunes screensaver, but you hum into it and like you chant into the fucking thing, and you make it all trippy. And he came up with this thing by basically going to like Burning Man and shit like that, and talking to hippies, and
That's not a game.
yeah, and like half of his selling point is like, oh, I simulate what it's like to do a large amount of hallucinogens, and I'm like, yeah, you guys are fucking nuts.
Humming into a mic, and
yeah, that's what this dude does, or that's what his game does, and yep, that's it, and he's another one of them ones, like, he sits there talking about how poor he is, and, like, his place is loaded with gigantic monitors, and, like his setup for his, you know, I don't even want to call it game development, I want to call it software development. His setup is basically fucking, he's probably got, like, 10 grand in the room.
Switch with me.
The guy who does most of the film is centered around the Stanley Parable, and that guy is fucking, oh my god, what a fucking mess.
I like that game.
He's another. It's hilarious too, because as much as I didn't like the guy, or like anything he was trying to say, or his attitude, like he's a really, really fucking pretentious asshole, and is like. Him and the other guy, the British guy, looks like he belongs in fucking. He looks like he came right out of the fucking the movie A Clockwork Orange, like like that dude is just whacked out looking. Those two guys, like they literally talked me into getting the game and then out of it. Like after by the end of the film, I was so done with listening to them too. I was like, you know what? I can't conscionably give you guys money. I just can't.
I like the Stanley Parable.
Like, I almost kind of like what they're selling, but then at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I kind of also want to punch you guys in the face, not so much give you money.
The Stanley Parable is, like, a really cool idea for a game, too.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way, but the more he talks about it, the more you're like, oh, you just kind of got, like, he got really lucky in what he did. Like, oh, okay, the guy was originally, he went to college for film, and he was a total fuck-up in that. Nobody wanted anything to do with him for that, so he got into sound design. And I guess he was good at it, but didn't like it. And then he sat there and said he wanted to do video games, because he used to use them as escapism when he was a kid. Yeah, and he's grown up now and doesn't need them for that outlet, so he wants to change video games to make them more adult, because he's an adult now. Yeah. Like, that kind of made me mad, but now keep in mind, I was still kind of sold on the game at this point, but then after a while, like, he literally, the only thing he knew how to do was like most of his game development is just putting the sound effects and shit into the game. And he even said, he was like, yeah, I was barely even able to like throw the graphics together or like get the walking to work or anything else. Like, so essentially what he came up with was just something that like he had no idea what he was doing, and he got really fucking lucky that it worked out and people liked it. But he's also like, he's like really, really closely tied to like people from Kotaku and all this. There's this one scene where like he pretends to be surprised that his game got a glowing review on Rock Paper Shotgun, and then like I went and read like a bunch of stuff. It turns out that like he's connected to all them people, and you know, he's got like personal friendships with these guys and all this stuff. And it's hilarious because he keeps pretending, like he keeps saying, oh, I have friends, but I never see them. I only talk to them on the internet and blah 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 and all this other shit. But it's like this guy's got like all kinds of connections in gaming journalism and shit, and that's how his game got like blown up all over the place. And
I mean, I heard about it from Giant Bomb from Patrick Klepek.
oh no. Yeah, and that's like everybody in this film is in that little clique.
But that's the
Like,
thing, though, is it's like...
like even if they don't speak up in the film, like they constantly show throughout the movie. You'll see scenes of like parties and stuff, and it's literally Zoe Quinn and her little indie dev clique hanging out with game journos. Like people from like Kotaku, Rock Paper Shot, like Ben Kuchera's in it. Fucking like you'll see all kinds of people. Like granted, like you've got to go out of your way to recognize the faces, and that's all like background stuff. But it's like you can literally see them all mingling together. And they go so far out of their way to keep showing Zoe Quinn over and over and over again. She's in every single party scene. She's just randomly has like all these little appearances throughout the film.
Is she a director?
I don't know. They went out of their way to show, and then she gets like a whole segment that's like 15 minutes towards the end of the film, which is arguably more screen time than anybody else besides the Stanley Parable dudes. Like even like people like John Romero get like fucking a couple little 30 to 60 second one-liners here and there, you know, if that.
And didn't you say like Ramiro appears and then they're like, that guy ruined everything?
They don't specifically. He has this rant about it's like basically they took his angle. Now keep in mind he was a shitty like it's like okay he used to make some really good level design for shit like Doom and stuff like that, and then he had that huge failure. What the game was? Yeah, like he had that massive failure of a game that was like super hyped and all this shit. Like he's arguably one of those people. You know, maybe he personally fucking kind of was like, I won't say he was somebody that was killing the game industry, but he showed like the number one way how like the hype machine and stuff like that can certainly, and bad development can certainly kill a game with a big budget and stuff like that. Like he's definitely an example of a shitty person. But they go on this rant about how video game development used to be before the Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System and Sega Master System console war.
So the Atari versus the ColecoVision?
So like the Atari era was this amazing golden era of video games that was ruined by Nintendo and Sega.
I can show you commercials.
The opposite of history, like that's.
I can show you straight up commercials that prove that's not true.
Yeah, but then on top of that, like, everybody who actually plays video games knows the opposite is true. Like, yeah, you have this very, very tiny clique of people that were really, really liked, you know, the Atari stuff from, like, the late 70s and early 80s. But for the most part, video games became something important because of the Nintendo/Sega. I'm going to say more Nintendo than Sega. You know, like, who the fuck had a Master System, really? And if somebody did, it was they had a Nintendo too, you know. But like, you know, they go on, and it's hilarious because they're showing like footage of Doom, Super Mario Brothers, and you know stuff like that, and talking about how these are the games that all they focused on was graphics and. They had these huge dev teams and massive budgets and all, and it's like, no, they didn't. Like, this was back in the day when, like, you know, the development for a game was, what, 10, 15 guys in a room? You know? Like, even big shit like Mario and fucking Metroid and all that, what was it? You know, like, there really wasn't that many people that made those games.
Metroid was not big at the time.
I don't really think there was huge dev teams for Nintendo games. Maybe towards the end of the...
No.
You know, but... And I mean, and I'm pretty sure that was just the nature of it. Like, you didn't need that many fucking people working on it because the games weren't that complicated. I'm pretty sure most of the team was, like, testers and shit like that on top of that. Like,
the testing wasn't even a thing until the PlayStation.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they had, like, testing and stuff like that back then. I mean, I don't think it was on as big a scale.
It was like one intern.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, the complexity of the games also wasn't...
Yeah. You're right, yeah.
And they went on this rant about how that made the video game industry big and terrible, and it's like, no, that wasn't. Like, if you really want to talk about when the AAA scene became a
It
problem,
was
that was.
PS2.
I wouldn't even go that far. Like, I'd say that's when it started creeping up, but I'd say when it really started to trash the video game industry in the manner that they're talking about, that would definitely have been the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3
You mean
era.
when everything was the AAA?
Yeah, everything. It was either you made a AAA game or you didn't make anything at all. And then on top of that, like the practices towards consumers just became like everything was an anal rape, like DLC and fucking season passes and all that other stupid bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like video games went to shit. But but even then, like a lot of their argument is like, oh, it's either us or AAA games, and it's like, no, that's not true at all. There's actually a lot of niche games that come out, and you guys are the first to fucking complain about them. Like anything from Japan is automatically attacked by those people. That was another hilarious. The lady that made Analog a hate story, that lady was a fucking nut job and a half. She's like super crazy. Like she actually has like a shirt that says "Feminist Illuminati" in the video. Her laptop has a sticker on it that says "This machine kills fascists," and she's a fan of Japanese visual novels. So she goes and makes a visual novel about Koreans, talking about the Koreans in the future, talking about how they were terrifyingly oppressed by the Japanese in history. So it's literally like, oh, I really like anime and everything, but in order to like sleep at night, I'm going to completely bash the Japanese for shit that happened hundreds of years ago. And she's got like this huge rant about, oh, I'm changing visual novels because they're full of misogyny and all this other shit. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. And it's like, yep, and you're yet another one of those assholes that didn't pay attention to how Japanese culture and the visual novel industry works, because there's like a woman-dominated visual novel scene in Japan.
Yup.
And what's really ironic is one of their biggest fetishes is men being abusive towards women. Like there's tons of like visual novels where it's like men that are like super snotty and both verbally and physically abusive to women. There's like a Fujoshi well, not even really Fujoshi, but like female otaku oriented anime from a couple years ago about this girl that has a harem, like she's like a vampire or some shit, and she's got a harem of men that like berate her and slap her around and call her a bitch and a piece of shit throughout the whole thing. Shit, look at Assassination Classroom. The last episode where they were talking about, they had like this guy, he was like a special forces instructor, and he wound up getting blown the fuck out by the kids. Actually, Nagisa fucked him up hard. Like Nagisa was like about to assassinate his ass. But there's some point where Professor Bitch says something like, which is hilarious because I can't even remember her real name. She will forever only be known as Professor Bitch. She says, "Oh, what am I to you guys?"
You're our bitch.
Yep, that's exactly what they say. Oh, you're just our bitch. But yeah, that movie, whew. It's a sight to behold. I don't think I've ever seen anything though that like so terrifyingly anger-inducing. What have you been playing besides this and Mortal Kombat?
What's its face there? Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, for new 3DS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping after Car Saga is done, I want to grab a new 3DS and that game. I'm kind of hoping to even potentially find a good deal to where, like, I don't spend all of the money I saved towards.
And you can get a little something.
Yeah, like I was kind of planning on slamming out, like, doing, like, this month again, like, slamming out another solid month of hour weeks, but yeah, that's not happening again. Especially because they're starting to get the idea that, like, I want to do this all the time. But they've been fucking around and being douchebags enough to where it's like, no, I gotta cut you fuckers off again. Is I've already got 2 50-hour weeks for May that I'm like, I shouldn't have done that.
When are your... Next week you're off, right?
Yeah, next week is my regular weekend.
What about the week after?
The week after, I alternate that month.
Okay.
The week after is bad.
Well, I believe that Friday, my mom is expecting to take you out to dinner.
What's that? Oh, the week after?
Yeah, not next week, but the week after. She's
yeah. I mean, I still have, what, Thursday and Friday off.
Yeah, so it's like Friday she's going to, like, take you to, like, you're going to go to a diner or something.
Was she coming up for Mother's Day or something?
I think so. There's like a thrift store sale thing.
Oh.
Huffin. I've read that as something else.
Puffin?
Yeah, Huffin. Change it to an N.
Didn't do nothing.
That's your fault. So, yeah, no work talk.
I saw the new RoboCop.
How is it? I heard it was like if you like forgot that there were old.
It's the liberal twist on RoboCop.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like special effects wise and everything else is really good, but like most of the film is like this really strong. Like, they turned it into, like, you know, the typical narrative of, you know, even the original OCP was an evil company, but now they're an evil company that works for America, making drones that take over the world for America's foreign interests. Like, they even go as far as, like, having, like, these guys, like, they portray Islam extremists as, like, it's hilarious because they go out of their way to show, like, they do a suicide bombing against a robot, but they go out of the way to point out, oh, make sure to only hurt the robots and not innocent people, because, yeah, that's how they do over there. They don't suicide bomb buses to kill innocent people ever, you know, like... So, like, right off the bat, you're already knee-deep in, like, political propaganda. like pretty stale political propaganda too. Like this is like anti-war in Iraq kind of argument shit, and it's like, oh, like I'm not even. But the movie is, you know, the original RoboCop was over the top and cheesy. It was him blowing away bad guys left and right, and this one is just about RoboCop refinding his humanity and fighting the evil company, and this whole plot line about the OCP is trying to get the approval to use these drones in America, and how the legal system in America is preventing them from doing it, and all this other shit. So
Ripped from the headlines!
Yeah, yeah. The entire thing is it's a really, really, really high budget political agenda kind of thing. It was not awesome. Even worse is I watched it directly after watching the original RoboCop.
Oh, so you were all kinds of disappointed.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah. It was pretty much like, you know, just getting set up for disappointment. Like I watched that and it was really fun and everything else, and I was like, haha, they don't make movies like these anymore. And then it's like, oh wow, they really don't. Even
oh, I've made myself sad.
When they do make movies like these, they don't. Literally transformed it from a movie about a robot cop blowing away bad guys to just this long-winded spiel about America is evil.
I mean, there was political propaganda in the first RoboCop.
Yeah, the first RoboCop, if anything, is very anti, because, you know, Japan was becoming an industrial powerhouse back then, so, like, there was a lot of stuff, like in that one they allude to, like, this, you know, Japanese corporations were kind of, like, screwing over America, like, they literally outsourced their shit into America and stuff like that, like, granted, like, the complete opposite happened in the future. Japan sort of flopped, and, They have a little bit of poking and prodding at American healthcare. There's a commercial for blowing something like $500,000 on a Yamaha replacement heart, and it does have an anti-corporate slant, you know. But you know, in that movie, you know, the cops were like good guys caught up in the middle of this bullshit. In the new one, the cops are super corrupt and evil, and they're part of the agenda of the OCP corporation and all this other shit. And so it's like literally everything that you can't stand that gets spewed out over and over and over and over again on television, with robots. It's like watching CNN with robots. RoboCop doesn't even fucking kill anybody. Like, he's got a gun that shoots taser rounds and all this shit. So he's like a fucking humane RoboCop, and it was like just top down. Like, and in the first RoboCop, you know, in the original, you see him like, I mean, you actually see him shoot somebody's balls off.
Well, it was a rapist, so you didn't.
Yeah, you know, like he was. Well, he was gonna go for some rape and murder. So, you know,
well, you can't. Let's not turn this rape into a murder.
But I mean, but the criminals were very over the top too. You know, like Detroit was pretty much like a fucking really fucked up place. You know, like it was it wasn't even street gangs anymore. It was just like literally a demilitarized zone. And you couldn't even sit there and say the movie was racist, because all the bad guys were white. But yeah, new RoboCop, pretty meh.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. even more so because I was extremely smashed. And
you loved the first one.
yeah, like the first one, 80s action flicks, they're cheesy, but goddamn, they're fun. RoboCop goes downhill from there. Like, the second one's kind of okay, and then the third one is just fucking beyond stupid, but... But, that was, I mean, there was some interesting stuff, like, I kind of liked how they did this thing that, whenever, in the new RoboCop, whenever he was gonna, like, do something crazy, like jump over something, or fucking, make this crazy shot or something, you would see, like, all the calculations and math involved in, like, trajectories and the geometry of what he's doing and all that kind of shit. Like, I guess that was kind of cool, and, the technology and stuff was pretty neat. Actually, the most hilarious thing is they kind of set up this look of in the beginning they have Samuel L. Jackson plays this he's like this Fox News type conservative guy that's like trying to promote the OCP being allowed to use their stuff on the streets of America because America is the only country in the world where their shit is illegal. And they try to show this, this dystopian look where, like, these robots patrol the street, and the second anybody commits a crime, they're either, like, they have these humanoid ones that will, chase you down and arrest you, and, and then they've got the big, more modern version of the ED-209 mech walker type things, and, they'll gun your ass down if you do anything violent. And, they're patrolling all the streets and all the alleyways, and, like, crime in every other country except for America is pretty much at, like, 0% because of this. And like, they try to, like, present it as, like, this horrible dystopian thing, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, I kind of, if that was real, like, I'd be able to, like, cancel my renter's insurance and, like, sleep soundly at night in the worst neighborhoods of America.
Well, I mean, you'd still want it for, like, fire...
Awesome. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you'd still have fire and stuff like that, but hey, I wouldn't have to freak out about having to go into the alleyway to take out my trash or, like, get into the laundry.
Or, like, walking alone at night. Or, like, walking alone at night.
209's got my back. He killed the crackheads for me.
Or, like, hey, I need to, like, go get a burger because I'm drunk and it's 3 a.m.
Yep. Yeah, I'm drunk. I want to walk into downtown and, like, get some grub, some pizza or something like that. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna... ED-209's got my back. If somebody tries to stab me, like, a giant robot is going to come out and, like, kill that fucking guy. Like, I think I could actually sleep without using sleep medication. Like, I wouldn't even need Unisom anymore because I'd be that peaceful. I'd be that safe and happy. But they try to make it seem like this is such a bad thing, and I'm like, dude, please explain to me why this is bad. I don't have to worry about terrorism, robbery, murder. Like, everything is great.
It's all fun and games until they crack down on software piracy.
Alright, fair enough. I guess something like that would be... But I mean, would they really have a giant robot come to kill you for
break through your wall and be like, I've come to kill you for software piracy.
Citizen, put down the keyboard.
Oh, okay.
You are clicking an illegal link. I don't think so. Granted, there's some people that believe, there's like this trade agreement or some shit that Obama's trying to fast track, and you got a lot of tinfoilers saying that that sort of thing is going to happen because of that, but it won't. Specifically because he's trying to use the fast track method of enacting it, which the way fast track works is like the bill is essentially gutted. And from what I gather is like all it does is allow shit like countries like Japan can buy American rice, and it just like takes down some trade walls or something. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's great because it's probably like it's pretty much a NAFTA that involves Asia, so we'll just get flooded with more Chinese shit.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, that element isn't that great, but, like, there's already tinfoilers that are like, oh, there goes the Constitution, no more freedom of speech for you. You're gonna go to prison for 50 years for downloading shit from other countries, and it's like, I doubt it. Where are we getting the money? Like, the war on drugs has already kind of stretched the prison system pretty thin. I don't think they're gonna...
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna go to jail for shit like that. Like, a lot of people keep saying it's gonna tighten copyright shit, and copyright stuff is kind of... It's gotten kind of out of control, but it's more annoying type stuff. Like, oh, hey, I put up a video and it's got some kind of fucking song in it. And that's copied.
Yeah,
So
kind of like...
automatically going to scan and mute that section of the video.
Oh, you mean like when I got drunk and played fucking, that one Jack Black video game and I got fucking a cease and desist notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, after it had been up for months.
Yeah, because apparently Jack Black is too intense.
Yep. I'm gonna microwave some pizza. I'll be right back.
Okay. Did you finally come back yet? No, you did not. attempted to order pizza at some point.
You did?
No, I'm tempted to.
You should.
Probably will because I started drinking beer. Kind of like, this is a lazy, unproductive day.
Yeah. I feel that.
Just trying to plug my way through the shittier parts of Killzone and
So you can get to the boss that you can't beat again?
that was Killzone 2. I did eventually beat him.
Rico? Is that his name?
I think so. He's like the Helgan Saddam Hussein. They actually crammed in like this anti-war message. Oh, you're finally not in that swamp place. That's gotta feel good.
No, I've been to this place before too.
Oh. I shouldn't be able to snipe these guys, but I can.
So how close to the target video did that come?
Oh, what do you mean?
Killzone 2.
What do you mean target video?
Remember the target video when they first revealed the PS3? The awesome landing.
Killzone 2 was interesting. Here's the problem with Killzone in general.
It's not good.
No, it's not that it's not good. It's Killzone was sold as a Halo killer, and that was not an appropriate designation for it. Like, that's not... It's its own thing, and Killzone... When you've automatically put that comparison out there, you've already killed the game. Because Killzone is by and far not. Like, it's not even remotely like Halo. The first one, I'm going to say, is not really that great of a game. Like, the recording of the voice acting is really awful. Like, it sounds like everybody used really muffled... Like, we have better audio quality in this stream than they do in this game. The voice acting is piss poor with the exception of one fucking guy in the entire fucking game. All the scenarios are very run-of-the-mill and predictable for a first-person shooter. There's nothing really interesting going on. Wow, really? And once again, another case of death from one of my allies standing in the way. But, like in this game, the AI is nothing short of just completely fucking retarded. And, their way of dealing with that is they just start overwhelming you with, like, way too many enemies. Like, that's their way to deal with it. It's definitely not an amazing game. Like, I'm kind of just playing it because it's kind of silly and hilarious. Wow, I'm kind of not sure what the game... Weird. Now I'm just getting stuck at the first part of this. Need to drink more beer, that'll help me. My frustration will make for more interesting commentary when I'm drunk.
Why don't you just watch that movie again?
Oh, that's a different kind of mad. That's why when you were like, you want to do this for your birthday? It's like, no one should ever watch that film on the day of their birth. That's like being like, hey, you want to get kicked in the nuts for your birthday? You want to see how mad you can possibly get?
Don't you?
Not on my birthday. I mean, don't get me wrong. It will be fun to. It's definitely good material for movies that hate your soul. It actually is and is not. Because I'm really curious, because it really, like, if you've got any kind of attachment to video gaming, it's
Just
it's
insulting.
a hard watch. Yeah, it's very insulting. The entire movie is really. I mean, even if you're not into video games, these people are really condescending. Like, I mean, they're very, very abrasive people. I mean, if you read I think I sent you a link yesterday to
The description.
Well, PC Gamer put up an article about it and kind of talking it up. Which PC Gamer is, they're kind of in the corrupt journal clique.
Didn't they get blown the fuck out because, like, one of their staffers was reviewing his wife's shit?
Yeah. They were really big in the, they definitely have, like, that anti-gamer thing going on, which is stupid when your magazine is called PC Gamer, but hey, why not? Might as well go full retard. Which is really sad, because that's what everybody did, was when that whole thing popped up, everyone went full retard. How is it my guns can't hit these guys, but theirs can? Like, probably the biggest problem with Killzone is the wild inaccuracy of the weapons in this game.
Wait, PC Gamer went full Gamers Are Dead?
Oh yeah, they were part of that. They did that whole rant.
Why?
That was a really stupid idea. Like, granted, these people were all in this little circle together. Like the entire thing is the result of a very incestuous relationship between, like, some people in the indie dev scene and people that write for these magazines.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Is that it's like people who are like, we're artists, okay, and
That
like,
that's exactly what you're gonna get when you watch this thing. Is like, oh, I'm not a game dev. I'm an artist. I tried practicing some material just to like try and get past this stuff. So like, there's this part where, and yes, this is the game convention. This is where we look at the video games. This is where we look inside of them and we find out how the video games are played.
nine, not for you, nine.
You're going to have like me being like pretentious German art guy. That's going to be half my gig through this film. When we do the movies that hate your soul.
There was nothing wrong with Hitler. You have to bring, like, he has to be part Nazi, though. You understand?
Oh, there's.
But
there's
like, no,
these
but
people are Nazis. So.
but you have to understand, he has to only be like passingly Nazi. Like, he has to slide it in, like, fuck. I'm trying to think of a good way to. Oh, the Jews were just on vacation.
Eventually, we will gas the gamers for what they have done to us. We will crush the gamers just like the filthy Juden.
Because they cannot understand our art.
Oh god, and that's literally like half the movie too. It's like, we're doing this to make things be for your own good. Like, the entire movie is like, we're saving this from themselves. There's a part where they actually have an argument as to whether or not video games should have to be fun.
Well, they shouldn't have to be, but...
What do you mean they shouldn't have to be? Why in the fuck would you be playing a video game if it's not fun?
I don't think Mario Teach's typing was fun. I don't think somewhere... I don't... Like...
Yeah, and I never went out of my way to buy Mario Teach's typing.
No, exactly.
I don't consider that as... I consider that to be more of a learning aid than a game.
No, No, I think that games don't have to be fun, but I don't think that movies have to be fun either.
Yeah, but even if you're watching a sad movie, you're still being entertained by it.
No, but I don't think entertainment has to be enjoyable. But I think that if they want to elicit...
I'm really sure I'm getting killed by my own guy hitting me with rockets.
Yep. I think that they're missing the point of art, because the point of art is to elicit an emotional response, and if you can't engage the gamer, then you're not being able to elicit emotional responses from them.
Man, this is kind of getting old. Like, why am I getting shot from these guys from such long distance? It's weird, too, because this was not this difficult the first time through, either. Get fucked, you fucking pricks. Oh, the fucking... How do you make a grenade launcher shitty? Like, how did you find a way to fuck that up? Like, it takes effort to make a limp-dicked grenade launcher. Did the game somehow skip the entire sequence of the elites coming through here? That'd be hilarious. Yep, I'm pretty sure it did. That's a pretty bad sequence break. Yep, it sure did. Cack. Oh, I see what happened, is the game got confused and actually thinks that the ones that I killed before I died last time are still dead, even though it brought back all the other enemies. I definitely see why these games haven't been speedrun by anybody. So broken on its own. I almost kind of want to do a Movies That Hate Your Soul double feature, where we do that in the Law and Order episode.
I was actually thinking the same fucking thing.
Because the Law and Order episode is pure. The Law and Order episode won't even make you mad because it's so silly. Like it's just downright like the Law and Order episode is a hilarious watch on its own. That one is going to be good.
Well, I did just discover that there was kind of a spiritual successor to MST3K, so maybe.
That's the Hellgan that I know. Line right up like ducks in a shooting gallery. They're actually getting really smart with grenades lately, though.
Pretty well.
The Law and Order one is definitely going to be good shit. The Movies That Hate Your Soul Return of the Gamer Edition. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure in the future they could come up with a gun that shoots better than a hunting rifle that I have from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when you shoot and, like, you see the bullet veer way off to the side. It's like, that doesn't happen with guns.
Unless it's a, like, extremely strong gravitational planet.
Or, like, the barrel is, like, I don't know, maybe bent or something.
And then you have other issues.
Yeah, then the gun will explode. Oh, he died because of the draw distance. Hilarious.
That's a good question.
I like how Sony didn't even bother doing an HD remake. They were like, yeah, let's just let people see how shitty the original was. For whatever reason, I remembered liking the original. I don't know why. Well, you know, I did have some bad habits back then.
It sounds exciting. We should go see what.
Yeah, I'll pass. What?
My brother was really into this game too.
She's still in class. Look, I'm gonna go back to the dorms.
I think I've almost gotten back to the part where I died. Yep.
Oh, hello.
I died for a really stupid reason.
What's wrong?
There's a poonie in the...
A poonie?
No, I must be delusional. It's not here. See?
Ah! Was that Lily?
I don't think so.
Yes, it was.
Here we go again.
Okay, yes.
If that's an order. Please, stop.
Now?
Oh.
Let me go.
Oh, and yep, and I died from the same exact thing.
Don't you dare touch me there. No.
I could not get out of the way of enemy fire because somebody's like, "Hey, I'm gonna like stand here and pretend to shoot the enemy." Oh, this part is so long. This level is fucking terrible.
What? Can't you
You're
say-
like on this naval base, and I'm pretty sure it's bigger than a
I was
real
just
naval
following
base.
orders from my owner about her.
The worst part is you're on a naval base looking for a ship,
So was I.
and you can't find a fucking ship
What?
anywhere.
You guys trying to cover? So, you like... It's not like that. Well, it feels so good. I was just poking it up. Sounds dirt. It does not.
It feels so good. I was just poking it at first, but now I can't stop.
Well then.
What?
Like, huh? Wait.
There you
Oh,
Let's stop talking about stupid stuff.
Well, you know...
these
raised
girls
in
being
cities
lewd
aren't
Yeah.
together.
terrible.
Nothing will beat the
Right?
one guy
It just
telling the
depends on the situation.
tsundere
that
she was
she's fat. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some stone cold shit.
Man, that was pretty fucking good.
She was like mind broken after that.
Yeah. Even he was like, "Oh fuck, that was too far."
Wherever you are, thank you very much. Don't worry about.
If you really want to know, I mean, we've been around,
I don't think anyone is listening.
huh?
How can you even? How are these guys throwing grenades at me all the way
I
over
saw you
here?
in the hallway? I don't remember meeting you before.
Oh, it's the dipshit with the rocket launcher killing me. Again.
So there are more of them.
Well, yes. And
Dude, I'm gonna take that thing away from you if you can't behave with it.
She's gone.
oh no, my brothers are in danger. I'd like to hear your story. I can do that as we walk. I need to stop.
He's shooting it into a wall. Okay, now I'm getting stuck on. Stupid games done poorly. Block no game.
We completely lost. This is not good. Huh? I don't hear anything. Really? Our hearing ability is about
All
1.36
right, let's
times
see
better than a human's.
how badly I
How do
get
they
killed
measure
here
that
again.
So precise? Let's just go. What's with this crowd of people? That's my brother, Top.
lasted this long. You're not an.
Who is this man? I, one of the heroes of the Poonie world, am being completely torn.
I must say, this was a good fight, but I have to end it now. Are you?
I can't be defeated here. I guess I'll...
Wait, you two. Just hold on.
Brother, are you okay?
Oh, Jiro, you're...
Why are you stopping us? I could have gotten him with just one more strike.
Alright guys, if you're gonna shoot me in the back with the rocket launcher, I'll let you go ahead and pretend to be big boys and attack me.
Brothers? Yeah, their little sister entered the school this...
Even Poonies can enter this school?
Well, we usually don't turn...
It's hilarious because I just saw one of them run down there to fight the enemy and then run right back up the stairs.
There are, the more exciting it'll be.
Like, oh, we're gonna get him. Oh, wait, no, we're
I haven't
not.
seen a single pony around.
Well, we just got here. We ran into a lot
Oh,
of trouble
wow.
along the way.
Yeah,
When we
might be
finally
getting
got
done
here,
with this
our
game.
little sister went missing.
And that's why you guys were all over the place. Brother, it's not safe to look around alone. We should ask him for help. It's better to
Part
be with
is
someone
way
who
too
knows
long
our
to have to
situation.
repeat it over and over again.
We can trust him.
All right.
I'm not really proud to have earned the Poonies.
Wait, what is your
Is he
name?
talking to a giant pony?
Poonie
Yeah.
Jiro.
That's a good name. We'll finish this battle someday.
God,
Make
those
sure you're
things are
prepared.
You can count on it.
What, Poonies?
Yeah. It feels like they wanted me to have a sniper rifle in this level and just said, nah.
He'll be fine. Who will have even made it this far in the game?
He's got an assault rifle that shoots sideways.
He's nowhere
What
to
could
be found.
possibly go
I
wrong?
wonder if he got caught by that lady already.
I couldn't tell you.
There's parts where I'm just waiting for this game to be like, well, don't worry about aiming, just use the force.
Oh, why? But he was crying.
What?
Because aiming is pointless.
What if...
All of the guns in this game are worthless until you're in point blank range.
What do you mean? Hey, he seemed pretty angry. Why is he mad? Oh, Raze. Get your priorities straight.
They really shouldn't be so mad about the Hellgun. They should be mad about the fact that the weapon contractors have literally abused them in the future.
My purity. He's crying because she took his purity.
Yeah, just pretend that you got...
What'd she do to him?
No one's talking. She walked out of the room saying, I've had enough enjoyment for an entire year. And the Pruny's crying.
Yeah, I know. I'm just seeing it now. It's pretty hilarious.
He's crying and saying, my purity.
She touched him in a bad spot.
Are you watching the screen sharing, or are you watching...
I'm watching the stream.
Okay.
Sadly enough, I probably should be watching the screen share.
I just turned it off.
I'm so sorry, Chi-Chi.
I
If
kind
only
of
we
thought
had
you were
found
going
earlier.
to, so I didn't.
I can't take this.
Stop. We're doing this for Punio.
Oh, one of his friends he's gonna hold up the doll and be like, point to me on the doll where she
Yeah.
touched you.
It's just like all over.
Then, could she still be off campus?
She was inside me.
worse situation than me.
Do you want us?
You want to help us?
Yeah. Plus, we're more familiar.
I
What
just
do you
shot my
mean?
own guys because they came up on me really quick.
We're not obligated to help these...
We will help you.
Miss Lily.
I can't ignore the plight of you. You're going to help them.
Understood.
Thank you. It'll be a great help.
She touched my poonie hole.
She was scary. But maybe she...
Sister,
There's a
the Poonie... I'm sure
There's a girl named Poonie in that,
softer.
Oh my god, I'm sure Girl Puny is softer. Oh my
You
god.
shouldn't say that kind of stuff out loud. Oh, what? Was I talking out loud? I'm going to find your sister and catch her with my own.
No, we can't let
slime
that
rape.
woman
It
catch-
doesn't just happen on Sad Panda anymore.
Normally, aren't the gelatinous things raping the women and not the other way around?
They sure do in Neptunia.
I guess we both had bad luck when getting a master.
I didn't have a choice.
Get the fuck out of my way. I am totally not dying because of that shit again. Fuck you guys.
Alright, I'm gonna go past that again. I'll talk
Pass
to
out
you.
again.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later.